So the GoPro's broke, but we're gonna lower this down and see what we got. The tire poke is nuts. Definitely need the wide body, but she's in. It probably rolls. It rolls. Hell yeah. So cool. Yes. Right, this thing just looks sick. It's a little high, but the JTP kit moves the wheels up a little bit. We're gonna get the dash out of this thing today. Pull the interior out. Basically, we'll pull the front seats and the rug and everything out, because we're gonna have to do a lot of cutting to get that engine in, because right now the motor mounts when you put the engine in are like here, so we need to move all the way back there, or at least as close to it as we can. And so I think I'm gonna have to pull the brake master and everything. So let's get to work. I've never taken one of these apart before, so I guess if I just keep pulling, things will come off and we'll figure it out. Found one bolt. 2 bolts. You don't need any tools. This one's got a big clip on it, so it doesn't want to come out. Okay, so pretty much everything in here is clipped. You can actually pull like the whole center console apart, which is crazy. It's not even like a real center console. It's like a cage with plastics around it. But most of it's clips. We do have some bolts. Looks like we got 7s and 10s. Stupid European Fords. Stupid European Fords. Ooh, a piece of popcorn. Ooh, a French fry. I don't see anything. Unless it's got some crazy clips in it, I gotta just pry the shit out of it. But let's consult the YouTubes. So basically, if you can see a bolt, remove it. That's what I'm getting at with this, is everything needs to come out. There's some hidden ones back here behind the shifter. You just pull what you can find, because they're in there. You gotta just look really hard. Alright, I got 6 bolts out of this, 8 bolts out of the shifter. It still doesn't want to come out. So, there's probably more bolts. Okay, so Ford thought they were slick, and I couldn't get the shifter out. There's some bolts under here on the side that you can't see. So, I'm gonna pull those. Hopefully I can get to them without pulling the seat. That's 1. 2. There she is. Lots of hidden bolts on this thing. Kind of a pain. But we're getting there. Like most cars, you can't get away with doing the seats without power. Usually you can still do them, they just kind of suck. These ones, you need power because the bolt is like in the middle of the track. So, I might be able to show you here. And move the seat all the way up to get those bolts. So, we just made a little jumper harness for power and ground to put to the fuse box, and put the battery back in it. And see here, super go, but it works, and that's gonna allow us to get the seats out. Okay, so it's funny, you watch any video of somebody saying how to pull this dash out, they say it sucks. Well, it sucks. I knew these bolts existed. I was really hoping that I could get to it without pulling the dash or pulling the doors, but luckily Ford knows how to make these doors really easy. There's just a clip here. That's the hardest part, is getting this clip out. Kind of just gonna wiggle and fight it a little bit. There's 2 clamps right here that you can slide it out and then you can disconnect it. But there's only 2 bolts, and you don't have to readjust it, because if you pull these hinge bolts out, it just pops right in. You put the bolt in, you're done. So at least there's that. I am out of breath with that one. Holy crap, that dash is heavy. Look how big it is. And it's just got everything with it. You get the whole heater box, all of it in one piece. So that sucked. But look at all the room we got for activities now. So looking at this and how big that dash is, the way that everything curves, it seems like it'd be a lot easier to put the other firewall in completely than I was thinking. But still definitely not gonna be an easy task. So gonna keep looking at how this thing works, and we're gonna start cutting here soon. Okay, so I've kind of made a plan. I don't think we're gonna use most of this firewall. I think this whole area is gonna get swapped out with the Mustang. We're gonna try to make the airbox work as much as we can. And then we're gonna cut it to about here, because that's where the transmission goes. We might run the whole tunnel. I'll cut the whole tunnel out of the Mustang, but for now I'm gonna just cut it to about here, because the shifter is gonna sit right about at the stud. And I'm gonna cut up and around just enough for the motor to fit, so I can do some more measurements with the motor in, just to be sure, because the motor might sit even further back than I'm thinking, and it might screw all my measurements and what I really want to do up. So we'll cut just enough out, and to do that I'm gonna have to pull everything off. I'm gonna pull everything here, get rid of the wiring, move that out of the way, and ABS unit, brake lines, all that. So I'm gonna take all that out now and reassess. Okay, I got all the brake booster and everything off the firewall, so the firewall is clean and clear. I already made my marks here. Basically I'm gonna cut this whole channel out. That's gonna give us room for the high pressure fuel pump, and we're gonna cut this trans tunnel out here. I'm not gonna do anything with the brake booster and stuff yet, but you can tell now that everything's out of the way, there's a ton of room to move that booster over. So I think I can basically cut this whole thing out, use the S550 firewall. That's gonna give me all the pickup points for the pedal, the brakes, the clutch, and then also the airbox. So we're gonna have to modify some stuff for the airbox, I know for sure, but I really want to keep AC because Texas is hot. there it is. Stupid little cabin. You don't need a firewall. Yeah. Better put this engine in. Okay, so since the engine wouldn't fit, I got the strut tower brace out of the way. I'll modify this in the future so we can bolt this in. But now there's a ton of room. The engine bay looks huge, and I'm gonna try to get this engine back in here. Almost at the right height here, but there's no way that the engine's fitting. This is where it wants to sit. Very far back. The vacuum pump and the high pressure fuel pump are in the cab. There's some room for the transmission, but that fuel pump and stuff is very far in the cab. It might benefit us to move the engine forward as far as we possibly can with the clearance of the oil pan. So I gotta figure out how much clearance I have from the oil pan to the K member now. We'll lift it up and take a look. Because when I measured, the shifter is gonna be here too, and on the Mustang it's about here. So I was gonna just have to sit further back, but if we can move the engine up a little bit more, we don't have to sit so far back, and then I can have more room to work with this firewall too, because right now this still has to get trimmed, and then I have a vacuum line sticking inside the car, so it's gonna sit more like that, but still it's not giving us much. Time to do some maths. All right, I hope you guys liked the video. We're gonna be going pretty hard on this Fusion build to get it done, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell thing. We're doing videos every other Thursday for this. And also go check out our shirts and our merch, or hit me up. I've got a bunch of stuff that I'll be selling cheap for the end of the year that I have left over from my merch bag that I've been bringing with me. So let me know, and maybe just follow for this guy, because he's starting to like the shop a little bit. Aren't you, buddy? All right, we'll see you later.